Unit number 3, regulatory institutions. So majorly we'll be focusing on Reserve Bank of India, that's regulating the commercial banks, and SEBI, that is Securities Exchange Board of India, regulating the stock exchanges. Starting with Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India is the central bank of India. It occupies significant place in the Indian banking and financial system. As apex institution, it acts as a guide, regulator, controller, and promoter of financial systems. Now here if you observe, we all of us know that RBI is the central bank of our India, and that RBI is the regulator. That means it is the watchdog of each of the commercial banks. Now it plays a significant role in the entire Indian banking system, how the banking system has evolved into what it was in the beginning. Or we know banks started, or State Bank of India, or which was earlier called as Imperial Bank of India. From there to today, where the banking system stands, I would say it would be a significant role of RBI. As apex institution, apex means the regulatory body, the head of the all the institution. RBI stands as the head institution. It acts as a guide in the sense to make sure the commercial banks don't face losses, or they're not able to meet the financial needs of customers, right? That means in simple sense, to avoid NPA. We already have discussed what is non-performing asset, correct? So guidance in that perspective. Regulator, that means also to regulate. There are no that either the banks are not being cheating the depositors, or neither the depositors are being able to cheat the bankers, right? The commercial banks. So it has to regulate the credit system in the country through commercial banks. You've studied various ratios, correct? Through those ratios, RBI is going to regulate the money supply in the economy. And then the RBI also controls, as I say, using these ratios, it can either control the money supply, that is reduce the money flow in the economy, or either increase the money flow in the economy. Depending upon the situation the economy is facing through, RBI decides on taking certain decisions. And it is also the promoter of financial system. As I told, how India, or the entire Indian banking system or financial system, has evolved into or developed using technology, or introducing new investment schemes or new banking schemes, etc. Based on all these, RBI plays as what? Promoter of financial system. A country can be financially sound only when its banking systems are sound enough. And who contributes towards that growth? It is Reserve Bank of India. That way, each country's central bank plays the most significant role in country's financial system development. When was it established? RBI was established on 1st April 1935 under the RBI Act of 1934. And we know that April 1st is what? The starting of the financial year for a business, correct? April 1st of current year to March 31st of the next year is said to be what? Financial year or accounting year. What was the objective, or what was the sole aim why RBI was set up, is to regulate the issue of bank notes. So who issues the bank notes or currency notes to India? Reserve Bank of India. For keeping the reserves with a view to securing monetary policy or stability in India, and generally to operate currency and credit system of its advantage. So the major aim of RBI is to what? It is going to issue the currency, and it's going to keep the reserves for what is the purpose of keeping the reserves? To secure the monetary policy or stability. It is very important for a country's currency to be stable with respect to dollars, or with respect to any other foreign currency that we can compare. Now today, if our currency 65 rupees is equal to rupees $1, it must be able to be stable, not day by day 65 becoming 67, and then reaching 70 and so on. The rupee value must be able to stand stable in the foreign market, and to operate currency and credit system of its advantage. Now, what is the purpose of opening up credit by commercial banks? What is the purpose of giving out loans? So that businesses or individual entrepreneurs use that capital or credit amount to make business, to make sure inward by businesses it will contribute towards the development of the economy, right? Just by agriculture India is not going to improve. We need manufacturing industries, we need service industries, we need tertiary sectors, correct? All these put together only a country can be developed on the overall. Therefore RBI plays a significant role in all of these. Let's look at the objectives. Two major objectives is to maintain economic stability, second to maintain monetary stability. Economic is overall what India is going to depict or the rupee value of India depicts. To maintain monetary stability means within the country, the currency flow, the credit control, etc. To maintain economic stability is maintaining external value of rupee against dollar stable in market. As I just told, if the rupee value from 65, if it's increasing, if the number is going to 67 or 70 rupees per dollar, that means actually our rupee value is dropping down in the market, correct? On the same way, if it is other side, from 65 it is to coming back to 60 rupees, that means we are improving in the market. So making sure there's not much changes that can cause instability for Indian rupee. It is the RBI's responsibility to what? Maintain economic stability. Okay, the external value of rupee against dollar should be stable. There should not be much changes. That means the rupee value should not drop down in the market. Second, to maintain the monetary stability. That means the credit control measures, issue of currency. All this is falling up to the national borders of the country. That is, credit control measures is to make sure how much of loan amount or how much of credit can each commercial bank dispose. It is controlled by whom? RBI. The issue of currency is taken care by RBI. So these are the monetary stability of RBI taken up as decided by the government of India. These are the two major objectives. What are the functions of RBI? Now this is a very important question. First, monopoly of note issue. Second, banker to government. Third, advisor to government. Fourth, controller of credit. Fifth, banker's bank. Sixth, lender of last resort. Number 7, central bank as bank clearance. Number 8, custodian of reserves of foreign exchange. Number 9, information and research functions. Let's look at each of these functions individually. Number 1 is monopoly of note issue. We all know that who has the sole authority of printing currency notes? Only Reserve Bank of India. No other institution has this authority. So RBI has the sole right. Currency notes, all the currency notes that we have are issued by Reserve Bank of India. The coins and the 1 rupee notes are issued by the Finance Ministry. That is why we say that anybody else or any other individual institution is going to print currency notes or even have fake currencies. You can duplicate the original currency. Everything else is prohibited. Apart from RBI, nobody else has the right to print currency notes. That's why even the rupee value, where it was recently being changed, right, the symbol of rupee, that was also decided by the cabinet ministers or the Ministry of Finance, right? Everything is confidential. How do you decide about a currency note? The color, what should be written on a currency note, the photograph of Mahatma Gandhi ji, or the color, what is the process of making a currency note. All these credentials are kept confidential and only remains with Reserve Bank of India. None of those are being revealed to the public or revealed to the society. Why? There can be people who can start printing a duplicate notes or duplicate or fake currency notes. Therefore, RBI has what? Monopoly of note issue. Number 2, banker to government. The receipts and payments on behalf of government are taken care by Reserve Bank. RBI is required to keep the books of accounts as the government directs. As we know that anything the government has to deal with money matters. Who takes it up? RBI. That is why it is called as banker to government. Now let's say the Indian government, let's say there is in some other country, let's say in Africa there is flood, right? And Indian government wants to help them financially. Who will take up the procedure? The decision is taken up by the government of India, correct? That we need to give certain financial help to the country, right? But who takes up the procedure? It is Reserve Bank of India. The sanctioning of the amount and crediting of the amount to the other government, everything else is taken care by whom? Reserve Bank of India. On the same way, if some other country is gifting or helping, right, in terms of monetary terms, the receiving of such money is taken care by Reserve Bank of India. That's why the sentence says the receipts and payment. It's not just whenever the government has to pay. Whenever Indian government has to receive money, that also is taken care by Reserve Bank of India. RBI is required to keep the books of accounts as per the government directs. So whatever the inflow of money comes to the government or the outflow of money goes from the government, all these transactions are taken care and the books are maintained by RBI. Let's say what are the sources of inflow of money to the government? All the taxes that the public pays, right? The income tax. Now that we have GST tax, correct? All these taxes are called as what? Inflow of money to the government. What is the outflow of money to the government? It can be development of the country. It can be in terms of providing loans. It can be in terms in providing laying up infrastructure, building infrastructure, or laying up roads, right? All these are what? Outflow of money for the government, any kind of payment, right? So both payments and receipts, that is cash inflow and cash outflow, are taken care by the RBI on behalf of Government of India. Management of public debt and issue of new loans and issue of treasury bills. Yes, RBI takes care or manages the public debt. That means all the commercial banks, wherever banks have lent loan or given credit to public in terms of what? It can be institutions, it can be individuals, or it can be any kind of loans given to the public, is called as what? Public debt. Who manages that from the forefront? It is the commercial banks. But who is initiating all that? It is RBI. How much of of your total deposits must you must keep aside for credit purpose? Who decides that? It is RBI. Commercial bank only follows up the instructions laid down by RBI. Issue of new loans and issue of treasury bills. Issue of treasury bills, if you come across what you've studied in the first unit, right? Financial instruments, if you come across that, where there we have studied about treasury bills. It is a short-term negotiable short-term instrument which has been issued by Government of India. Okay, it is a short term. That means within 1 year is when this treasury bill is going to mature. Is that clear? So these are issued and taken care or managed by whom? Reserve Bank of India. Number 3, advisor to government. RBI advises government on wide range of economic issues such as 5-year plans, loans, small saving proposals, agricultural credit, industrial finance and international finance. As we have told, there is a Ministry of Finance, correct, in our country. We have so many departments or divisions of our country. Now if you can look into a company, just a normal any software company, we see production department, we see R&D department, we see purchases department, right? We see so many other departments within one company. Likewise, when you take up for an entire country, that also has various subdivisions. We have Ministry of Finance, we have Ministry of Human Resource and Development, Ministry of Agriculture, right? Ministry of Education, right? Ministry of Health, Medical Health, right? Now so many institutions are there. Now the amount of finance, now every year that we hear budget, so much crores of amount is dedicated to technology, so much crores of amount is dedicated to industrial development, etc. All these advices or decisions are taken up by whom, or finalized by Reserve Bank of India. So banks or uh, the governor of RBI advises the government on wide range of economic issues. Now these focuses on not just for current year. If you're going to implement certain decision, what impact it can leave for the next 5 years is what RBI will think upon. Correct? It's not a decision for today or for this current year, but this decision, what impact it will leave for the upcoming years, etc. Then 5 year plans. We have known from early after our independence, what we have come across for 5 year plans, right? Instead of planning for 10, 20 years, it is very difficult to implement and follow up. Therefore they break down into 5 year plans, like short term 5 year plans, that is medium term plans. The first 5 year plans may be focused on agriculture, and then they started focusing on industries, then they started focusing on service industries, right? Manufacturing, service industries, tourism, etc. and so on. That means every 5 years they started focusing on certain type of industry, right, or certain type of sectors where overall there is a development to the economy. Once this particular sector improves, it has to start contributing towards the overall development of India. Is that clear? So loans, as I earlier told, what kind of loans it must give, what must be the interest rate, what would should be the tenure. In case the person fails to make the payment, what is the action to be followed up, what is the legal action to be taken up. Small savings proposal. Now all these other certificates that have come across, if you have you heard about Kisan Vikas Patra, right? Have you heard about even for a girl child, right? Special certificates have been launched by the government or the RBI in order to encourage individuals or families to have the amount of savings in the form of what? Kisan Vikas Patra focuses on farmers, and there is other certificates that focuses on a girl child education, etc. So there is a purpose that is set up for various small savings proposal. Plus, if you invest in such proposals, you will also have tax benefit. Is that clear? So all these ideas are given by whom? Reserve Bank of India through the Ministry of Finance. And we have agricultural credit. And that is why we have a special institution that is set up, that is NABARD. Hope you've come across this word. National Bank for Agricultural and Rural Credit. Industrial finance, focusing on in national level, right? Industries within India, how finance can be provided to them so that those industries are developing and contributing towards the growth of India. And then international finance, that is talking about our export and import trade. What are the regulations? Back then, in order for Indians to export certain goods, there was lot of restrictions, lot of import duties or lot of export duties, lot of that legal formalities was there. As and when due to 5 year plans, when they focus on industries or when they focus on international trade, government started reducing the number of legal formalities. Have you heard about the LPG Act? Correct? It was introduced by Manmohan Singh when he was the Prime Minister in the year 1991. right? It stands for liberalization, privatization and globalization. So the first word applies here. Liberalization means reducing the restrictions or the rules and regulations. That is being liberal. We have heard in normal sense in, when your papers are being corrected after exam, there was a liberal correction. That means it was more easy correction, right? Now the same way applies to advices given by the RBI in terms of export or import trade is being more liberalized. That means the restrictions have been lowered down to increase the export trade. That otherwise, if we keep India keeps importing, then we will end up with fiscal deficit. But if our exports are increasing than our imports, then we will have fiscal bonus or fiscal surplus. Okay, we'll have more cash inflow than more of cash outflow. Got my point? So that is called as advisor to government. In various sectors, RBI or the Ministry of Finance advises to the government of India. Controller of credit. Under that, responsibility to regulate the money supply, to formulate and administer the monetary policy, investment outlay and expansion of credit. Now here we have already seen about all these rates that we studied in the last chapter in under commercial banks, SLR, that is statutory liquidity ratio, cash reserve ratio, repo rate, reverse repo rate, bank rate, etc. Now all these rates are for what is the purpose of these rates? Control of credit. If all the money collected in the form of deposit lies with the commercial bank itself, then commercial bank might start to misuse the amount of funds. All the money they have got, they'll start to give out to loans, and there's no guarantee whatever you've given out as loans, it will be completed back, or I mean to say the people who have taken up the loan will pay back. Is there any guarantee? No. Based on trust only banks are giving. I know there are securities, there is mortgage left, but still on certain cases, like if you observe the case of Vijay Mallya, right? Yes, he is a businessman. Yes, he has a great bank balance, but then he still stands as a NPA, as a non-performing asset in the books of banks. Correct? So therefore, banks have to be regulated. So RBI takes up one of the function as controller of credit. For all the commercial bank, RBI lays down certain instructions or certain guidelines to control the monetary policy in terms of investment outlay. What do you mean by investment outlay? Investment outlay means the initial investment for starting up a business. What do you call it as capital, correct? Now for you who are entrepreneurs, who have just beginning the business, those are called as investment outlay. Now because there are only for established businesses, commercial banks can easily give out loan or sanction a loan, but it is not the same for entrepreneurs, because we do not know whether his or her idea is going to turn out to be a profitable venture or not. Therefore certain guidelines are given to in order for the commercial banks to give out loan or credit as investment outlay. Expansion of credit, yes, to make sure your credit period or the amount of credit is always extended for the profitable venture. Is that clear? So we discussed the first 4 points of functions, that is monopoly of note issue, banker to government, advisor to government and controller of credit.